I'm Teddy,
And you're listening to
The
The
Listing
Listing
Lounge.
Lounge.
This is going to be a real estate podcast. We're going to be spilling some real estate tea, and we're also going to be giving you all the ins and outs of buying, selling, investing when it comes to real estate, and we're going to break it down in terms that the everyday person can understand.
Yes, so you guys are in for a treat. Let's go ahead and get it rolling.
Yep, episode one, let's go. So, this is our first episode, and we want to take some time so that you guys can get to know a little bit about us, how we got into the industry, where we're from. Of course, we are located in Charlotte, North Carolina, but Key is originally from here. I'm not from here, so we're going to start off and just break it down a little bit who we are. So, you can start, tell everybody your name, where you're from.
So, hey everyone, I'm Kiera, but I go by Key. I'm originally from Charlotte, North Carolina. Been here, born and raised all my life. So, what got me into real estate, truthfully, was from a young age, driving around, with my mom in a car. After going to the grocery store, we would just look at neighborhoods and see these gorgeous, brilliant, lovely homes. Definitely Mountain Island, they have some pretty gorgeous homes out there. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it started from there, and I just gathered the love of just homes in general, decor especially, and later on in life, that just fostered into me wanting to learn more about real estate. So in college, I was doing real estate on the side, working as an inside sales agent, which is not easy, but it is so essential. But yeah, in college, I was doing ISA work just to gain a little bit more understanding of the whole role of being a real estate agent, what it took, the
It
skill
takes a
set.
lot.
It sure does. It takes a lot of skill set, a lot of time, a lot of energy, patience, and a lot of money.
Yeah, which people don't understand that part.
Right. They think, oh, I'm just gonna hop in and sell $1 million homes, and all I gotta pay is just my license fee and an exam fee. No.
The money, that's one thing that I didn't expect when I became a realtor.
Yeah.
Is how much money you have to invest in it. Just like any other business, when you want to get started, like you have to spend money to make money. But real estate, you think you're gonna get that license and just start selling houses? They're gonna collect those fees first.
Oh, yeah. You're gonna be robbed, okay? They're gonna rob them pockets.
Exactly.
But after that, I definitely, once I found that I got the skill set and everything that I needed, I went on ahead and took the class, and that wasn't easy. I took the class twice. I took it twice, okay? But testament to never give up on your dreams, okay?
Never.
Yes. And then I got my license in the pandemic.
Yes.
In the pandemic, where a lot of millionaires were born, okay? But what a trying time it was. But yeah, got my license, and I've just been rolling ever since. 4 years in deep, baby, and I wouldn't trade it for a thing.
I love it.
Yes.
I'm Teddy. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I moved to Charlotte back in 2020, also during the pandemic. Everybody was making changes during that time. So I came to Charlotte, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do in my career at that time. And I actually ended up meeting our broker in charge during that time, and she was like, "Have you ever thought about real estate?" And I actually had always wanted to get into real estate. I moved around a lot when I was younger, just going to different houses, and it made me realize how important it is to have like a place that you can call home. Like, home is one of the most important aspects of your life, where you lay your head every night, and that's something that you want to be consistent in your life. And so after moving so much, I was like, you learn what you like and what you dislike about different houses, first of all. And so I was always looking at different places, and I was like, real estate seems like something that would be fun. The job as a realtor is super fun, even though we say it's hard work and a lot goes into it. But fell in love with real estate. I met my broker at my old job. She asked me if I would be interested in getting my license, and I said, you know what? I think now's the time to make that transition. Took the class, still have PTSD from that test. That is one of the hardest tests I've ever taken in my life. Like, I went to college, I went to Baylor University, which is a tough school, but I think the real estate test was like the hardest test I've ever
It's the
taken.
wordplay.
I would go back to college all 4 years before I take that test again.
Girl, listen, that would make you cry. Like
I did cry.
Well, I did too. Like I was like, I can't believe it, blah, 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 like weeping. But then I sucked it up, and I was just like, I'm not gonna give up. I sat down for over like a week straight, just sitting on the corner of my couch, reading every book, watching a bunch of videos, making sure I was prepared. Because what got me was the state.
Yes,
And
the state was hard
it
because
was
they're
so
like
hard.
asking you the same question, but they're rewording it every time. So you start to second guess yourself. Like,
Yes.
am I right? And they do that on purpose.
They do it
try
on
to trick
purpose. Yes, and you get so scared to press that finish button. Oh my God! I took state twice, and I took national 3 times, and I thought I was going to pass state first because I was studying so hard for state, and I was stunned. But you're right; it's that wordplay that trip you up.
Yeah.
But that last time that I went in, I knew I was going to get it. I don't know what came over me, but it was that just grinding down and sitting. Just no play, no going outside, no nothing.
I did not have a life for my entire time that I was in real estate class.
Yes, and it paid off. It paid off.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I didn't mention, I met my broker in charge. We have the same broker in charge.
Yeah, we're in the same firm.
Yes, I met her through my cousin, who is a hairstylist here in Charlotte. But she had told her that I was, looking to get into real estate. So she reached out to me, and she's the best broker in charge ever. I promise you.
Love her so
much. She is an angel, truly. And if you're in this business, you understand how important it is to have people who have your back and truly look out for the best for you, especially within this line of work. And you're just trying to get out there and help as many people as you can. You need that support.
Yeah, we'll have to do an episode on like how to find a good brokerage and how to choose that, because I got blessed with our brokerage. It kind of just fell into my lap. Like I said, I met her at work and she just convinced me to get my license, and I was basically adopted into the firm before I even passed my test. But I think as a new agent, that's something that's really hard, because you basically, when you get your license, like, you have the opportunity to interview other firms and like you can pick where you want to go, but there's things to think about, like, are you going to get along with your broker in charge and your other agents on your firm? What type of fees do you have to pay? Because some firms you actually have to pay to be a part of it. Compensation split, what does that look like? Do they train you? Marketing, all that different type of stuff. So we'll have to break that down in another episode and talk about that.
That's golden. You guys are going to love that, because you're going to live by that.
You're
going to live by it.
It basically determines if you're going to be successful or not as an agent.
That is so true. Facts. But you will be successful as long as you never give up. Just remember
never give up.
Never quit your daydream. So just keep
going. I was actually working full time while I was in class to get my license. And so I would get off work and I took my class, and I would be up till like literally 2 a.m. studying. I had no life. I would show up to work the next day, my eyes would be all red. You'd be like, what are you going through? I'm fine, don't worry about it. Because I didn't want anyone at work to know that I was trying to get my license at the same time. Because I didn't want to get fired. So I was like, oh no, I'm fine.
Because it's always that one person. It's always that one person.
It's that one hater.
Yes, one hater is watching you, see what's going on. Oh, she not paying attention to her work. Oh my God, you gotta listen and see what she's doing. This and that, trying to get you fired, trying to get you written up.
Just mind your business.
Yes, just blocking the blessings, trying to block the blessings.
I just remember being so tired, and I took my class on Saturday and Sunday because that was my off days. Yeah. And when you take the Saturday, Sunday class, it's literally like all day. I think we had breaks, but it was literally like 5 or 6 hours that you're in class. So I had no life during that time. It's something that you really have to be dedicated to. You go into real estate.
Because
it's not a game.
It's not a game.
And no shade, but some people just, watch certain shows and they're like, oh, I'm going to get my license. It's going to be so fun.
So no shade, but shade. That's the reality. And then they last for about a year, and they think that is a piece of cake, and they automatically, oh, let me go ahead and I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that, splurging for the gram, I'm gonna be, this big baller, etc. Not understanding even how to write a contract, not knowing the terms. Like, this is real work. This is real stuff, dealing with people's money, people's,
One of the biggest life decisions that someone could
Yes.
making their time.
And you need a legal binding contract.
Yeah.
Okay. You need to learn how to read that contract, all of those pages, all of the addendums, all of the amendments. You need to understand how to put a deal together. Okay. Protect your client, protect their assets. Okay.
So we kind of talked a little bit about like how it's hard.
Yeah.
But let's tell people why we love real estate and like the good parts of it. Because honestly, to me, I don't know if you feel this way too, but it never feels like work to me.
Yeah.
Like I can work round the clock. My clients, and I know some people might not agree with this, my clients can text me at like 10 o'clock at night. And I'm gonna get on my computer and start working because I love it. It doesn't feel like, ugh, I gotta get to this job or I have to go show this house. I'm always excited.
Yeah.
Anything real estate related.
Yes. I feel like after you've done something that you have not loved, or that came off to be, grueling for so long, once you finally find a place where you're something that pleases you, makes you happy, makes you feel fulfilled, you're helping others, you never want to stop.
Yeah.
It's just, it keeps like regenerating like some juice within you. You want to keep going and going and going. It is so rewarding. Even though, back to like what you're saying, I echo that 100%. Yes, it is hard work, but to see the smile on someone's face once you give them the keys to their home or get out of a sticky situation that they did not know how to get out of, and they trust you.
Mm-hmm.
They trust you to help them get to that table, to get to the other side. It is amazing.
It feels so good.
Yes.
I think one of my favorite parts is working with clients who maybe had like kind of a difficult time, like whether it was getting approved or they didn't know if they could afford their down payment, whatever it was, but it just is a little bit more fulfilling when it's like, okay, we made it, we got to the finish line. And I also love my first time buyers, and I keep up with them after and seeing how they decorated the house. And
oh my gosh, yes.
One of my clients just made 1 year and it's their first house and she's so happy, and she just posted like her Christmas decorations, and I was like, oh my God, I love seeing how far you came.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. It never stops. You're literally helping people change their lives.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing about it, but that's also the scary thing about it. You have to take it seriously because it's all on you. It's up to you, and you're handling so many different parties. It's up to you just to get it to the finish line and get the deal going and close. But it is so amazing to see the first-time home buyers. Like I remember my first client. He was going through a tough situation with his apartment complex, and he didn't even think that he'll be able to get out of his contract. But baby, I worked that. But God, I was like, no, we're gonna get you into your house, okay? On the third house, I just knew it was for him, and for him to be the first within his family to purchase a home, and it made a big difference. Like he said even his mom and sister didn't even think that they would be able to purchase home. But him doing that, it changed their perspective. So like you're not only changing a person's individual life, you're changing other people's families' lives and their perspective. You're turning that switch on, and that's something that you can't, nothing else just replaces that. It's just such a good feeling.
It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
I think the theme is that you have to be like a determined person to be in this business, not only to like make it through all the education portion of it, passing the test, but when you're in deals, you have to be the type of person that like wants to see things through and knows how to keep going. Because I haven't really had one transaction where every single thing is smooth sailing. You're gonna have obstacles. It might be something small, just tweak it, keep going. But I feel like real estate, because it is so much money involved in like such a huge thing that you're doing, you can't let a tiny thing throw you off track. You gotta be the type of person that's like, nope, I'm gonna get this done.
You gotta be the bounce back king, bounce back
just brush
queen.
it off, keep going.
Dust off them shoulders and keep it rolling. Cause baby, the moment that you drop the ball, it's like, honestly, it gets worse too.
It's only gonna get worse.
Yeah. So you gotta fight through it. Put them boxing gloves on, and just figure it out. You gotta wear several hats. But I think that's also probably like one of the rewarding things about it is because you're constantly coming against like obstacles and you're always using your brain and like trying to figure out, okay, well, how do I navigate this? How do I navigate that? And you find a solution, and it's I don't
It's
know.
exciting.
It is exciting.
Like, I can't describe the feeling, but it feels really
Are we crazy?
good. Maybe a little bit. Why do we like that?
I don't know. Oh my gosh.
I love getting through the difficulties.
Yes, like when you say it out loud, it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Know if that sounds fun,
Right.
but it is.
It is.
You have.
It
I
is.
like maybe if you like puzzles and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, did you do puzzles and stuff when you were younger?
I did.
Or if you play games, it's
Yeah.
kind of like you know how to work through stuff and like just put different things together in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna tell crazy stories
Yes.
on future episodes where we talk about like different obstacles or just maybe difficult situations that we were in. We want to keep it lighthearted, so we are going to keep people's names and stuff out of the stories. But the purpose of this show is to not only educate people who are interested in buying, selling, or investing, but we want to educate potential agents. So if you're thinking about getting into real estate, we just want to like show the truth. Show what it's really like, the behind the scenes that maybe you didn't get to see on that Netflix show or on other, social media platforms. I feel like a lot of people think that real estate is just making a really big check. And so we're gonna tell stories. We're gonna call them our lounge letters. And so you guys can tune in to hear the tea.
They are juicy. Let me tell you, it is something you do not want to miss because the stories go on and on and on. But also, it's offering a safe place too for other people within the industry who may need to get something off of their chest, share their experiences as well, and know that they're not alone.
We're here to listen.
We are here to listen and just be there, hold hands with you, and just be in brotherhood and sisterhood and say, it's okay. It's
We know
okay.
what it's like.
Yes.
And of course, we're going to have different guests on the show to educate you about different aspects that you might encounter throughout your deal. We're going to have mortgage people on here. We want to help you learn how do you build your credit, how do you get pre-approved, what are the steps that it takes to even purchase a home, different type of attorneys, because attorneys are involved in your real estate transaction. So we're here to educate, we're here to listen.
Yes.
And we have some really exciting things coming. I can't wait.
We have so many gems.
Yeah.
So many gems. You guys are in for a complete treat. This is going to be like a college of some sort, basically, for you guys, I could say, because you're going to be in for a bunch of courses. Okay, you're going to know by the end of every podcast something new.
But we want to make it easy to understand.
Yes.
Because I feel like people kind of like, there's not a square one sometimes when people are talking about real estate and all of a sudden they're like, get a multi-family property and start flipping houses, and you're just like, wait, I just need a place to live.
Yeah.
I don't need to do all that right now.
And
so we just want to take it slow and like
Yeah.
baby steps and explain it in a way that everybody can understand.
And I think it's really important that we get to the nitty-gritty of that because it's too much information out there. Everybody's saying a lot, but they're not
I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah. It's a lot of empty words.
Yeah.
And people are selling everything from left to right, just trying to make a buck. And we just want to make sure we are protecting everyone out there for one, and also educating and helping as many people as we can. Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for so much more. Again, I am Kiera. You can call me Key. Charlotte Realtor here. You can follow me on IG at KEYTOCLT, Key to CLT.
And I'm Teddy, another Charlotte Realtor. You can find me on Instagram at TeddyTheRealtor_. And you can also follow the podcast page on Instagram, the Listing Lounge Podcast. And if you wanted to get in contact with us, we do have our email, so we're going to put all of our contact information in the description. We would love if you would take some time to send us your lounge letters. We will keep all parties, including you, anonymous, but we're going to share your stories. And I think it'll just be like a good laugh for everybody. Or if you just have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We are always happy to help you, and we're looking forward to getting to know all of our listeners.
Yes. Stay tuned, guys.
Stay tuned. We'll see you in the next episode.
Niggas want me to get ratchet. Niggas want me to attack it. Put the hood on, all they calling me Cassius. Aren't you like Bob Saget? Greedy, I can't pass it. eating everything, nigga, no fasting. I don't care how much you knew me in the past tense. I ain't